Hey guys, it's Dave from Bar Metrics and the Bar Shift. I'm here filming today in our Franklin House global headquarters during one of our quarterly Accelerate seminars where we have bar owners and managers from all over the world come in for coaching, and it's absolutely one of my favorite times of year. And I thought, no better time, no better place to shoot part 2 of our 3-part series on burnout. As promised, in part 2, we want to talk about warning signs. Warning signs are all around us as it relates to burnout. We have to be really careful not to ignore them or not to miss them. And I would also like to welcome you to join in the conversation. If I'm going to touch on 3 that I think are really important, but if there's more than that, and there certainly are more than that, please engage in the conversation and let's have a dialogue about it. The more we share on this topic, the better. Oftentimes burnout happens with our top performers and people we don't want to lose. No one wants to lose top performers. So how do we identify when this is about to happen, and what do we do about it? So the first warning sign in burnout is fatigue. And it's not post-shift fatigue, like I'm exhausted, I just worked a double, or I put in a 65-hour work week, or whatever that might look like. Not that. That's just a hard day's work, and we all get that. It's pre-shift fatigue. It's when people show up mentally exhausted from work, not necessarily physically exhausted, not cup of coffee tired, but they are emotionally drained. It's very important that we recognize that. We separate that out from, hey, I just woke up and had a long night, to, man, I want to be anywhere but here, kind of exhausted. And we need to engage our team in those conversations and take preventative measures there, because you can't unburn the toast. I was having a conversation with Gary Crunkleton a couple months ago about this, and he said, hey Dave, you can't even buy him back. Like, you can't even throw money at that problem. You can't give them time off to cure it. There's no sort of measures that you can take once someone's crossed that threshold. I shouldn't say no, certainly it's possible, but early prevention, if you will, is huge in terms of fatigue. The second thing is the give a shit factor. People just don't care like they used to, and that's really obvious to us in the business. When talented people just don't care like they used to, huge warning signs. And the key to all this is always engagement. Engage and find out what's going on. Is there something you can do to help? How can you prevent the flame out from occurring? The third thing is a change in emotional reactions, where people, kind of like the mountain out of a molehill deal, when people are overreacting to small things, not reacting to the big ones. So you see the give a shit drop on things that really matter, and all of a sudden little things start setting people off. Huge warning signs, okay? So 1, pre-shift fatigue, not I worked a long shift fatigue. 2, give a shit, takes a big drop. And then 3 are odd emotional swings, especially on little things that really don't matter that much. We start making a big deal out of stuff that doesn't matter quite to the level of the reaction we're getting. Are 3 huge warning signs. So what I'd like you to do, engage below on what you think some warning signs are. Let's help the community. It's going to be a 3-part series. I've got part 3 coming up on how we activate around this. So part 1, we talked about scheduling and healthy scheduling. Part 2, warning signs. And part 3, we're going to talk about what do we do when we see those warning signs. So we appreciate your attention as always. Like, subscribe, follow, and all that good stuff. And we'll see you next time. Take care, my friends.